Hi everyone, this is Amina for another episode of Wise Wednesdays, and today we're talking about the secret dream of the high achiever. What is a high achiever? A high achiever is someone who is goal-focused and goal-oriented and who derives immense satisfaction from achieving goals. Of course, we're all high achievers in some way since we all have goals and we all try to achieve them. So being a high achiever is a trait that we all have and that is more developed in some people than in others. So what's the secret dream of a high achiever? A high achiever seeks to be accepted for their achievements. Early on in life, they learned that they were rewarded and celebrated for achieving certain goals, like doing well at school. Through continued reinforcement, this pattern continues into adult life. But eventually, the high achiever realizes that this is not enough to feel fulfilled, because no one loves somebody for being a high achiever. No one can love someone for their achievements. Achievements can bring respect, they can bring admiration. People can even come to depend on the high achiever because they can achieve and deliver. However, they won't love them. And secretly, we are all yearning for that deep connection and feeling of being loved for who we are as a complete human being, which requires vulnerability, the nightmare of the high achiever. So how does the high achiever get out of this? Well, recent research is showing that vulnerability is essential to forming healthy, productive, authentic relationships that can bring us fulfillment both in our personal lives and in work. To give an example, the CEO of Lego has operationalized vulnerability in an interesting way, where he penalizes people not for achieving results, not for missing results, but for not asking for help. Essentially encouraging people to ask for help, creating an incentive for people to ask for help when they need it. And this is a form of vulnerability. So how can we practice vulnerability to bring this quality of vulnerability into our lives gradually so that we can form those deeper connections and have a more fulfilling life? Remember that vulnerability is essential. It is essential to forming deep connections and to feeling love and giving love, because love is a process of giving and receiving. Even if our personalities are built on competence, authority, expertise, independence, we have to incorporate vulnerability to some degree to be able to create those deep connections. So how can we do this? We play a game, we turn it into a game and make it fun on some level. We have to take risks, and in games we can take risks, but we can also laugh and derive enjoyment from the process. So I suggest doing it in showing vulnerability in increasing levels of exposure. So number one, or step one, be vulnerable with yourself. Reveal your own deep thoughts and feelings, including your fears and your desires, to yourself. In today's world, we don't spend enough time in our inner world understanding ourselves. We try to distract ourselves from our feelings and our emotions, and this is destructive. One easy way to do that is to write it down. Take up a practice of journaling. For example, write a few pages every morning, just getting that mental chatter out onto the page. And eventually you'll notice that your deeper thoughts and feelings that are buried behind the chatter start to come through. And this is a very powerful way of connecting to who you really are deep inside, or rather what your deepest fears and desires are. Step two, start playing the game of vulnerability with others. So pick people who you think are trustworthy or who are already close to you and that you feel safe with, and start revealing small things about yourself that perhaps you haven't spoken about before, that you feel vulnerable about. But you know that voicing these things and sharing them is likely to bring you closer to this person so that they can know you better and create a deeper connection. Step three, play the game of vulnerability with the world. And this is where you can meet your destiny. Because as you start creating in the world, whether it's a job, a relationship, a project, a business, from the deeper part of you that reflects your true desires and overcomes your deepest fears, you can create something truly unique and of value to the world. And there are probably millions of people waiting out there for that thing. And if nothing else, just by your example, people will feel inspired and encouraged to be vulnerable themselves and create a world where there are deeper, more authentic connections. I hope this helps, and please leave any comments below the video. If you're not subscribed to my mailing list, where I give more detail on the processes and the topics they address, please do at www.dramina.com. I wish you a very good week, and I'll see you hopefully next time. Bye-bye.